After Xbox's gameplay event in May, a lot of fans, myself included, were left disappointed and wanting more from Microsoft. Especially because it was the first E3-esque presentation we were getting from one of the big time gaming developers. And after showing mostly cinematic trailers, nothing really screamed next gen. Microsoft really ended up missing the mark, and they even admitted that themselves, saying that they set the wrong expectations for the reveal. And shortly after that presentation, Sony had their PS5 reveal conference, and they really killed it. They showed great looking new titles, great exclusives like Ratchet & Clank and Spider-Man's Miles Morales, but more importantly, they actually showed next-gen gameplay. At this point, it's no bold claim to say that Sony is continuing to dominate the console war and has a fairly significant lead over Xbox, despite the fact that the next generation hasn't even begun. And it's not a perfect indicator, but just look at each console's respective subreddit. The PS5 subreddit already has nearly 300,000 members, as opposed to the Xbox Series X's measly 28,000. All this is to say that Xbox really has to nail this July event to have the next generation look a bit more like the 360 PS3 era, as opposed to the Xbox One and PS4. However, Microsoft and Phil Spencer have made some really big leaps to make the Xbox more of a compelling buy for consumers, with fantastic hardware in the Xbox One X and the Elite Series controller, but more importantly with arguably the best deal in gaming with Xbox Game Pass. And not only that, but Microsoft has been investing millions of dollars into acquiring new Xbox game studio developers in order to match Sony's large amount of fantastic exclusives. So many people, myself included, are getting very excited for this Xbox July event, where they aim to focus more on their exclusive Xbox Game Studio titles and really shift the next-gen tide back into their favor. So today I'm going to be diving into what are my predictions for this event. What do I expect to see? What am I hoping to see? And if I think Microsoft is going to impress gamers and consumers, or if they're just going to add more fuel to the PS5 hype engine. With that, let's go ahead and hop into the video. So before I start, I have predictions on how I think Microsoft is going to start and end the event, but as far as placement and timing for the other reveals, my guess is as good as yours, so I'm really not going to try to predict that. But starting off, my first prediction is that Microsoft is going to come out of the doors swinging with a bang and show Halo Infinite. This is really the big game that everybody's been looking forward to, and even though Halo 5 was a bit of a letdown, Halo is still Microsoft's huge IP, and a lot of gamers hold the franchise near and dear to their heart. And the trailers that we've seen so far for Infinite have been really great in my opinion. Even if they haven't really shown a lot of actual gameplay, they've done a great job of building hype and showing off what graphics can look like for the next-gen consoles. The gaming graphics really do feel like next-gen material, and Xbox is going to set the bar high right at the start of the show. My prediction is that they aren't going to rush through this portion at all. We're going to see a very solid cinematic trailer that adds more details to what the story is actually about in Halo 6. And I'm willing to bet that they're really going to highlight how it focuses on Chief, as opposed to Halo 5 focusing more on Locke, which fans were really upset with. Not only that, but we're also going to see campaign and multiplayer gameplay. This is something that we really haven't seen, and since the game is coming out in less than 6 months, it's really important for Microsoft to show off gameplay and especially show off what their new Slipspace engine looks like, which I'm personally extremely excited for. And I even thought Halo 5's multiplayer was a lot of fun and had a lot of great features that can help innovate the Halo multiplayer experience while also still maintaining the unique Halo feel. And this is a bit of a wilder prediction and maybe not too realistic, but I do think there's a possibility that 343 has actually been working on a Battle Royale mode for Halo Infinite. I really don't have any rumors or facts to back up this claim, but with Battle Royales really dominating the scene, I would not be shocked at all if they showed off a Halo Battle Royale mode, especially because Halo is known for their fantastic large maps, their awesome weapons and vehicles, as well as their large amount of customization for skins and things like that. I think Halo has a lot of potential to have a really great Battle Royale mode. So I'm not betting on seeing a BR reveal, but I honestly would not be shocked at all if we saw one. So the next studio that I think is going to make an appearance is Double Fine Productions with Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts is a franchise that, while a bit older, still has a lot of diehard fans. this trailer will continue to build more and more hype for the Xbox Series X, especially if it is revealed as a day one release, because we don't know what the release date is for it yet. The last time we saw footage for the game was at E3 2019, and the game is set to be released in late 2020, which would be perfect for the Series X release. More importantly, Psychonauts 2 is going to show how the Series X has a very diverse game catalog, and that's really something important for Microsoft to stress to potential buyers. While I've personally never played the original Psychonauts, I would definitely check out the second game. The gameplay and trailers look pretty interesting to me, especially because it's going to be free day one with Game Pass. So next up we have Xbox's mysterious developer team, The Initiative. This is arguably one of the most interesting and talented developers within the Xbox Game Studios lineup, and there really hasn't been any news on what their upcoming game is, except for the fact that it has been rumored to be being built in Unreal Engine 5, that it's going to be an action-adventure game, and that it also involves high advanced tech. While I don't think we'll see any gameplay from their new game, especially because the studio is only 2 years old, I do think there's a strong possibility that we'll see some type of cinematic reveal trailer for their new game. Like I said, The Initiative has some of the best gaming talent within the industry, with people who worked on God of War, Sunset Overdrive, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. So it really seems to be like they have a lot of potential to make a fantastic action-adventure game, and I think this would be a really great mic drop moment for Microsoft to have at the reveal. Xbox has really invested a lot into The Initiative, and they're hoping that this can be their direct competitor with Sony's Naughty Dog when it comes to an exclusive. So after The Initiative, I think it's almost a guarantee that we're going to see more of Ninja Theory's Hellblade 2. This time around, I think we're going to see some actual gameplay footage, as well as a release date, either a specific date or a window. The original Hellblade is one of the hidden gems of this current console generation. Hellblade 2 could be a really fantastic exclusive for Xbox. While the cinematic trailer really didn't do much for me, I think the gameplay trailer could build a lot more hype for the game and could really show off more of Xbox's diversity, as well as the graphical potential. Hellblade 1 was a fantastic looking game, and through the utilization of the Series X's technology, I think Hellblade 2 could be another one of those games that really screams next gen. So the next studio that I think is going to make an appearance is Rare, who I believe is going to show off 2 games. The first one being Battletoads, which I know a lot of people were upset with the reveal trailer, saying that the art and game style direction is significantly different from the original, but it's still a title that I'm personally excited for and I think could be a really great co-op experience. After the Battletoads 2 gameplay trailer, Rare will then show more of their new game Everwild, which we saw a beautiful reveal trailer for late last year. The game has a super interesting art style with great looking graphics and beautiful music, and I think this is another game that people are interested in. And there really hasn't been much information revealed about this game, so it'll either be a longer cinematic trailer or a trailer that actually shows off some gameplay footage to show what is the game about. And I personally think this could be another big highlight for the show. Later in the show, I think it's a pretty safe bet that we're going to see a reveal trailer and gameplay footage for Forza Motorsport 8 by Turn 10. It's pretty standard for Microsoft to release some type of racing game with their new consoles to kind of show off the graphical ability. I think Motorsport 8 is a fairly safe bet on a reveal for this trailer, and it could be another awesome day one release for the console, especially coming to Game Pass. Another game that I expect to see is not a part of Xbox Game Studios, but that we saw last year at Xbox's E3 presentation, and that's Dying Light 2. The game was revealed, like I said, last year, but we really haven't seen any footage for it since then, despite it being set to release in late 2020. So since we haven't seen any footage for it in a while, I think there's a strong possibility that we could see more gameplay of the game during this event, even though it's not an exclusive. And now for the final game to end the event, and this is really where I think Microsoft is going to end off the conference with a bang. Now, I do think the last game could be Initiative's new IP if they do end up showing it, but it's not what I think is most probable. To end off the show, I believe Microsoft is going to reveal Fable 4 with a cinematic trailer, a gameplay trailer, and announce it to be a day one release with the Xbox Series X. There's been plenty of rumors indicating that Fable 4 is indeed a reality, with the Fable Twitter placeholder being created and Microsoft applying for the trademark, as well as the trademark showing that it is intended to be used. All signs really are indicating that Fable 4 will be coming soon, and I could totally see Microsoft revealing this at this event, as well as announcing that it's going to be coming day one with the Series X. Fable 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, and I enjoyed the third one a lot. Fable has such an amazing world with really great action and humor, and there's honestly a big fan base for the series. Showing off Fable 4 with next-gen graphics and gameplay, and it could be a huge exclusive that Microsoft has desperately been needing to bring some old fans back to Team Xbox. And I think it could be a great way to end off the event on a high note. All in all, I'm extremely excited for this Xbox showcase. I think Microsoft has a real opportunity to build some steam for the next console generation and to have some really great competition with Sony. Just think about it. If all these games that are rumored to be revealed end up being day one releases with Xbox Game Pass, that's a really great value seller for potential buyers, knowing that if they buy a console with Xbox Game Pass, they're getting a lot of fantastic games on day one. Sony has showed a lot of really great looking games at the PS5 reveal, but not too many of those are day one release titles. And with Xbox having a title as big as Halo coming out on day one, plus some potential big titles from this event, this could really make a big impact early on in the next console generation. But that's gonna do it for my predictions. I'm interested in what do you guys think you're gonna see from the event? Do you think my predictions are pretty spot on? I know there's some rumors that Perfect Dark could potentially be at the event. Do you think that's realistic or not? And is there any games that Xbox could reveal at the event that would swing you to purchase a Series X as opposed to a PS5? So with that, I want to thank you for watching the video. If you want to see more gaming content like this, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, guys.